We got a good look and have fun from Hideri. We got a good look and have fun from Merker. We got a ready from Hideri. We got a ready from Merker. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Good luck and have fun, y'all. Game number 1 coming your way in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We got a T. We got a Z. This is the DAS Champions League playoffs. And I'm Arbaro. We got 2 rounds of DCL action here. The winner of this little match will face AV Geek right afterward. Let's introduce the players. On the left side of your screen, out of the Republic of Finland, I believe. I had to double check that. Is Finland a republic or a kingdom? I don't remember. NTSCPB of 1.25 million. Or I guess in DAS. He is Merker. On the right, out of the United States of America with an NTSCPB of 1.29 million. He is Hideri. Both are DAS mains. Merker has 3 on the board, or 4 on the board. Hideri gets his 3rd. Merker finished the season in 8th place on 10 points. 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. So a pretty good season, him. Hideri is in 10th place on 9 points, so pretty close to each other. Hideri with 3 wins, 3 losses, no draws, I believe, other than Sofa and I guess Matt Martin. So only 3 players got 0 draws. Hideri is one of them. Fun fact. Hideri has taken the lead here, 169 to 188. We're almost 40 lines in. Players are trading the lead at the moment. And he just released a new DAS Premier poll. It only happens every 3 months, so when it does happen, it is an event, I guess. Merker was number 13 on that poll shindig. Been playing very well recently. Very, very close still. Both players get a Tetris about 10 lines from the halfway point to 19. 263 to 259. Both players kind of just sending them up and knocking them down. No big digs to speak of. No big trouble. Players will have to do a little burning. No bar forthcoming. It will finally go, and both players are prepared for the Tetris when it does. Hope you're having a great Monday. My Monday just started. I slept too long, had a rush to get the almost daily update out, and then even then I was late for this. Figure out how not to be late for restreams, but you know, I'm a restreamer. No players being plastered with S's a little bit here. Hideri in a better position to handle them. Merker up a little high. Be a little nervy. Handling it well so far. Hideri isn't clean either. Both players in trouble now. Merker's getting out of it. "87 lines in, both players, let's see, gotten their sacks down to next box height. Hideri is clean. Lombard Tetris could be the first one to clean himself off. Merker not too far following him. There he goes. Lombard Tetris crosses the 100-line mark. 378 to 393. So after all that, Hideri opened up about a Tetris lead, but it's still not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. 400 to 417 now. Creeping closer to the transition. Toast the big enchilada when it comes to fast play. $448 to $444. A few lines in pocket for Hideri, but still, about as close as it can get here. Merker does have to clear away a few lines. Lombard dependency gets the bar for it before things get out of hand. 10 lines away, make that 6. Hideri requests the 500,000 point first 513 for him. AV Geek, good morning. I hope you're having a good one. You scoping out the competition. Gotta be playing soon. I am eating leftover fried rice. I made delish. Congratulations on the food. Lombard Tetris Hideri will go into 19 with a 537. Merker will go in with a 500,000. We're off and running. Hideri just shy of 2 Tetris lead here. As we venture into post territory, speed has increased 50%. It's like if you're going 3 miles an hour, and now you're going 4.5 miles an hour. It's like you were walking and now you're speed walking. Merker with the cleaner set has to plug the well a little high for this. Left side, right side creeping up. Gets a nice triple. Hideri set up column 2, 3 off the bottom. Neither player getting a whole lot of bars right now. One final leg comes from Hideri. Merker gets himself cleaned up. Lombard Tetris 617. That'll allow him to take the lead, but now Hideri is clean as well. Both players doing a good job getting out of the jam. Hideri will score and retakes the lead. Got ourselves a close one, level 22, 619 to 632. Lombard Tetris for Merker. Hideri a little high. Takes the double, gets the bar, takes the Tetris. Merker fires back. Level 23 now, 685 to 665, so slight lead for Merker. Hideri will score. Hideri doesn't get that square all the way over. Left side might be inaccessible. Nice triple. Gets the board down. Lombard triple. He's got to keep himself alive. Merker ain't doing so hot either, but he'll get the Tetris. So both players, opportune bars to keep this game alive. 729 to 713. Into level 25 now for Merker. Hideri's gotten clean. Merker is almost there. It's a Tetris for Hideri. Goes up to 770. Merker 741. This is the sort of playoff action we were hoping for. Here we go. Deep, deep run. Great games. See how things end up. Lombard Tetris Hideri starting to open a lead here. Merker will fire back 775 to 811. Level 26 now. Running out of room. There's a bar and a Tetris from Merker. Hideri fires back. Both players into level 27 now. Merker 845. Hideri 879. Merker within striking distance. Does need a misstep from Hideri though. Lombard Tetris from Merker. One more line until 28. Hideri goes into 28 with a 948. Merker 879. Waiting at the bar, doesn't get it over. That's it. Merker can't quite get it chased down. Hideri will take game number 1 in a banger. GG's. Hideri will get the max out going to 29. Great game from him. Keeping himself just ahead, not giving any opening there for Merker. Let's give him his number. I guess there's no hearts here, it's just a number. Here we go. Go ahead and iterate your seed. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll get game number 2 started off. Both players are ready. Let's get them counted down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. TNNS will start us off. Hideri looking to make a statement here. Hideri, I don't think your Hertz counter is on. Don't worry about it for this game, but we'll get it turned off the next game. I just realized that. I feel like we have the Hertz counter on the screen and I just kind of never look at it. Because it doesn't really do anything. It just says 6.01 Hertz for the entire game. Good evening, Michu. Good morning here from, let's say, sunny Seattle. That would be ironic. It is not sunny in Seattle right now. It is rainy. Famously, a rainy city. Quick American geography lesson for those of you who aren't America. Seattle has a reputation for a lot of rain. Has a similar climate to that of London. 75 to 56. Hideri gets a nice little flapper, and so is a bar dependency column 1. So. Gonna let Merker jump up to a small lead, a Tetris or 2. 144 to 85. Be a little more than that, but. 5,000 miles from Seattle. It's a long, long ways. But now we are brought together. Thanks to the miracle of the internet. Where we can communicate in almost real time. On a funny little website called twitch.tv. 191 to 112. Hideri's out of his jam. Maybe bring you right back in it though. Looking for something to the left here. Gotta get it. Hideri trying to get out of this. Morkos has opened up a 6-figure lead. Hideri can't get the Z over. They're going to misdrop the T as well, and that's it. Hideri tops out at 123, and Morkos will tie up the set 1-1. GG's. Oh, shook. Yeah, that's kind of the hangover game, you know? You have a really good game, number 1. Close game, end up doing very well, end up getting the max out, and number 2 ends up being, you know, trying to come down for that. Future saying mid to CTWC 2023 and landed in Tacoma. Do you go in SeaTac? Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. At TNZ, we'll start things off. Tacoma ain't too far from Seattle. I was just there, or I was in Puyallup, which is very close to Tacoma, last weekend. It's like a couple hours from fun. SeaTac is fun flying. Oh, have you flown into SeaTac before? My favorite thing about like approaching Seattle via plane is that like the flight path takes you directly over the entire city. Because Seattle's kind of like a long, thin. I don't know, like, I mean, isthmus, really a series of peninsulas, but you can kind of think of it as an isthmus. And you just kind of like go down the middle of it. And you can just like see everywhere you've ever lived in the city. You can see a bunch of landmarks. It's great. 3 on the board for Hideri early on. Merker gonna get his 3rd. Alaskan Airlines, yeah, they're based out of Seattle. They're our hometown airline, I guess. Bar Merker gotta get that center while shaking his head, but you know what? It worked. It worked. Don't think about it too hard. 100 to 98, close one here so far. Early days. There's some sort of scandal involving Alaskan Airlines not too far. I think it was a labor scandal. I don't remember exactly what it was, though. Too many things keep happening, and I keep forgetting the things that had already happened. Such as the world. Lumber Tetris from Merker. Very, very close one. 192 to 192. AV Geek letting us know Alaska is doing a crazy amount of Pacific expansion now that they can use Hawaiian's wide body fleet. Oh yeah, they merged with Hawaiian, didn't they? That makes a lot of sense because of the fact that they're the 49th and 50th states, and I think that they are friends. They should hang out together. Alaska and Hawaii. And hanging out includes merging their airlines, apparently. Which, I mean, neither of them are... I guess Alaskan is a Seattle-based airport. Long tradition in Seattle of us just making as much money as possible off of... Oh, a little bit of mischief from Merker. Gonna get a Blar over, gonna get the Tetris. So now it's just a matter of losing base. Looks like he's going to handle the situation about as efficiently as could be expected. Last couple pieces, there we go. He's out of it. 292 to 313. Hideri, Lombard, just going to take the triple, so... Now he has a bunch of weight on the bar, so Merker might be able to come out ahead of this. Lombard Tetris, we're pretty much tied up 80 lines in, over halfway to 19. Our Polish friend were waiting in Portland for the bus that never arrived. Oh man. We rented a car to SeaTac then. I drove car during a total downpour. There are also weather alerts on the radio, but wonderful journey. Past St. Helens, yeah, Mount St. Helens. Mount Rainier is also a big one that you pass. But you probably couldn't see it because of the rain. 386 to 393. Low key. This is a life hack. I don't know if this will continue being true, but if you're trying to get from Seattle to Portland, let me stop yammering. Hideri's board creeping up a little bit. Going to get a bar. That's going to be a triple. Merker's at 411. Hideri 402. We're just about 100 lines in. There's another Tetris. Merker now up by a Tetris and change, as well as having a few lines in pocket. Gotta convert some of them to a Tetris. 456 to 406, 50,000 point lead when the line count is about equal. Cascades in shambles. Really? I don't know what's going on with it. I do know that, like, normally taking the train from Seattle to Portland is like, it's one of the routes that, like, actually works in Amtrak. Like, it's a very good, very nice way of getting between the two cities. It's relatively inexpensive. Probably not as inexpensive as a bus, but not too hard on the pocketbook. We're just about to transition here. One Tetris away from Hideri, but looks like he'll have to burn in. There's also a little bit of a gnarly board going in. They're going to get the triple. That's going to help tremendously. Merker, 193. Hideri goes in, 507. So not a bad transition score by any stretch of the imagination. Does need a bar, though. Going to keep his well open. Merker, only one line away. Got to burn in 517. So close here going into 19. $537 to $526. Hideri taking doubles. Hideri staying alive. Lombard Tetris from Merker. Hideri fires back. Hideri with a slight lead here in real-time points. 554 to 565. Neither player really Tetris ready. Merker looks like he's closer to getting set up. Hideri having to deal with a little bit of a gnarly stack at the moment. Not getting great pieces. Gets that square over. I believe that involved a quick tap. Simmer this down, but Mork keeps creeping up and up and up, and I don't know if this is survivable. He's not going to get that Z over, and I think he is done. Hideri tops out at 576, and Merker is good for game number 3. Goes up 2-1. GG's. Amtrak's Horizon cars were withdrawn from service due to corrosion concerns. Yeah. Huh. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay. And thank you, AV Geek. AV Geek, let us all know about what's going on with Amtrak Cascades right now. So apparently it'll be on Amfleets, which is... surprised, yeah. Now the trains I'm used to. Amfleets are what they use in the Northeast Corridor, I think, so that'd be a weird experience. I have taken the Northeast Corridor a lot. Sorry, the Northeast Regional, which I guess is on the Northeast Corridor. Transportation, 2 on the board for both players to start things off. Reduced capacity. It's also relevant to my life. I'll be going to Portland at some point. Also, after that, sometime in the fall, I'm going to go to Vancouver to get COVID and flu shots. We have Aspire early for Hideri. Merker Tetris in a way. Hideri setting up. Looks like he was almost set up dirty. Takes the triple. And takes a bar for the Tetris. 137 to 101. 25 lines in. Merker with the lead. This is a best of 7. We're no longer doing the 6-game thing. We are past the need for draws. It's a elimination bracket. The playoff round, I think. Not the playoffs. It's different. Good morning, Hana. Hope you're having a good one. Oh, I still need to add you as a restreamer for TMB. Sorry for delaying that. Just been... kind of got back from the regional last week and just did not want to do anything. Hideri doesn't get that T over. Still Tetris ready, or almost Tetris ready. Reopens the well. Just to stack down to the point where this is looking a lot more survivable, but still doesn't quite get the pieces to square the Tetris in time. Gets the bar, resolves the dependency. I think he's going to be okay. Just needs something for columns 3 and 4. Let's see, we'll get there. Oh man, he's to the left now. He ain't coming. He's right back in it. One more Tetris for Merker. It's 41 to 164, and there we go. Gary finally gets what he's looking for. Yeah, I've been slacking with Tetris stuff lately. Need to get back on the ball. 264 to 189. Both players clean now. Just under halfway to 19. Short dig sequence from Hideri. Merker now 6 figures in the lead. Lumber Tetris 378 to 267. 80 lines in. Things can turn on a dime here. So obviously not insurmountable, but it's definitely a healthy one. 401 to 289. Hideri's working a little high, but he ends up getting the bar and getting the score before things get too out of hand. Players are setting them up and knocking them down. We're over 100 lines in, 474 to 363. Very good game here from Merker. Merker, somewhat dominant in Paldas, if I remember correctly. I don't know if he participated. I think he won like 3 Paldas monthly tournaments in a row. I don't exactly remember, but it was quite the run. Should have maybe like done research before the game, but I was busy doing the ADU, and then I was already 10 minutes late, so forgive me. 502 to 413. Getting pretty close to transition. About 12 lines away. Merker, a little bit of a gnarly misdrop. That slide that Z in, but does not have a lot of time to resolve this before the transition. Going to take the double. It's going to help. Hideri is clean. Hideri will go in 484. Merker has 5 more lines to play with. Gonna get it done, looks like. There you go. Gonna double in 437. Takes another double, and just like that, he's clean. Lombard Tetris. 463, but the lead has diminished significantly, down to only 50,000 points. 463 to 511. Kind of a very kind of gnarly consequential misdrop, but that's just the way the blocks stack sometimes. Lombard Tetris, both players into 20 now. 592 to 539. Hideri's board can't quite get that bar over, looking for another one. It's not gonna come. That's it. Hideri's gonna top out at 541. Merker is good for game number 4. Moves up to match point. GG's. A little bit of a tough break from Hideri, but he was sticking in it. Hanging in there. I think it's really impressive when players like enter these extended digs and still end up with decent transition scores. Das was a lot bar coming after me. Yeah. Hideri topped out in the most Das way imaginable. Bar loss. Das loss with a bar coming next to it after a quick tap is the peak Das moment. Yep. Das. It's one of the play styles of all time. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 5. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. That's right, Hana. Pointing out that it's best of 7, not best of 6. So Hideri, still in it. Could win this whole thing. He's 3 in a row, but that ain't too inconceivable. Bit of an S-burst to start us off here. Merker, a little bit of a misdrop there. You're just shrugging, just, you know. I get into these, like, phases where, I mean, obviously I'm not a player on this level. And I get into these phases where I just start stacking like a crazy person. I don't know. Well, it's kind of a gnarly RNG here, because zillions of S's and Z's, and they just keep coming. Hideri's got 2 on the board, but has a bit of a nasty spire. Merker is clean, hasn't scored yet. There's Merker's first Tetris. Hideri's got to get out of it. Gets a Tetris of his own. 35 to 80 here. Early days. The winner of this will face AV Geeks, so stay tuned. I feel like I should plug the Matcherino. Why don't I plug the Matcherino? You can... Maddie, welcome in. Good to see you. You can match the Reno at Matcherino. $130 to $134. Close one here. Morkos has made up the deficit after his early misadventure question mark. That was Tetris for Hideri. Not a lot of bars in this game so far. A lot of S's and Z's. That's, those are definitely pieces they get a lot of, but bars, not so much. I want to say there have been a lot of like really long droughts, just, you know. Lots of S's and Z's, no bars. Morkos shaking his head. Gonna get the bar though, gonna score. He says, I just got droughted out of 700k trans trainer. Man. Sleepy Maddie is castling. Close game here. Hideri up by about a Tetris, 70 lines in, halfway to 19, 275 to 254. Marker, a little bit of a construction on the left side. Chroma, party of one. Thank you for the raid. Hope you're having a good one. How is the Tetris? 601 into 828 with 3 Tetrises left. Man, the game should stop being mean and give you bars. That's my professional opinion as a restreamer. $329 to $348. Hideri holding on to a small lead here. Both players at the moment, setting them up and knocking them down. Smooth sailing. He's also my first trans trainer of the game. Well, I'm glad you started with the banger, even if it didn't quite get to where you wanted it to. I don't do a lot of trans trainer. I'm pretty much just doing 19 starts and 18 starts. Maybe I should. Also, like, you know, like, I want the 19 start to be, like, potential 19 PB, you know? Oh, my goodness. Hideri in a bit of trouble here. Gonna get that S all the way over. Gonna reopen the well Lombard Tetris. Beautifully handled. So you won't lose too much base either. Going on to a lead here. 425 to 402. Still got a 651 out of it. That is not a bad trans trainer game at all, if you ask me. Is that with DAS? Or is that rolling? I guess you're probably playing DAS right now, because you're about to play a DAS match. And it's the winner of this one. Morkos looking to make that soon by winning this one. Hideri looking to keep the set alive and make that later. Give you more time to practice. 5-16 for Hideri. Room for one more. Gonna nail it. 540 is the transition score for him. Morkos is still one away. He'll get the bar. He'll score. He'll go in 521. We're off and running. Post 19 play for game number 5. Hideri's board creeping up. Lombard Tetris gonna get it down. Was clean, but was scary high. Morkos will score. Hideri holding on to a lead here. 574 to 549, but Morkos' board looking like the cleaner. Hideri's board falling apart here. Lombard gonna get well open. Gonna close it again. Gonna get the ass over. Needs a bar. Needs a bar right now. And it ain't coming. Hideri's going to top out at 579, which means Morkos, you were good for game number 5 and the set. GG's. They just couldn't quite keep that stack low enough. But still, great game. Definitely put up a fight against Merker. Great season. Hope to see you around soon. Thank you so much, Hideri, for playing. Everyone else, stick around. Take a few minutes. We'll watch this Mullen. We'll have Merker versus Hideri. Sorry, Merker versus AV Geek. A fun matchup. 2 top 20 players. $673 Lombard Tetris goes up over 700,000. Merker can't get the bar over, but that doesn't matter. Merker will take game number 4, win the set, move on to the next round of the playoffs. GG's. Beautifully played. Nice, consistent play from Merker. We'll see Merker again soon versus AV Geek. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.